Grade 8, Lesson 9, Force and Pressure. Types of force. Now you know that force is a push or pull. It is caused by the interaction of two objects. As soon as this interaction ceases, the objects no longer experience the force. Some forces can be felt easily, while others are difficult to spot. Different types of interactive forces can be categorized as non-contact and contact forces. Non-contact force. It can be categorized into three: gravitational force, electrostatic force, magnetic force. Contact force. It can be categorized into muscular force, frictional force. Contact force. Force which acts only when there is a physical or direct contact between two interacting objects is known as contact force. For example, push or pull a door. Muscular force. The force exerted by the muscles of a human or animal body is called muscular force. We use muscular force during walking, lifting certain objects, kicking, running, etc. For example, when you kick a football, you apply force using the muscles of your leg. When you lift your school bag, you apply force using the muscles of your arms. And you can feel the strain on your arm muscles as you lift the bag. When you let the bag go, your muscles relax. Similarly, a camel uses muscular force to carry people and loads across the desert. Frictional force. The fact that the rolling ball comes to rest after some time shows that there must be a force acting on which it tends to slow it down. What happens when you stop pedaling your bicycle? Gradually it comes to stop. Some force must have acted on it to change its speed. This force, which acts on the objects in contact and in the direction opposite to that of the motion, is called friction. Friction always opposes the motion of an object. Thus, the force acting against the relative motion of surfaces in contact is called frictional force. Non-contact force. Forces which can act without any physical contact between objects, that is, those that can act from a distance, are called non-contact force or field force. It is also referred to as action at a distance. Types of non-contact force are: first, gravitational force. The great scientist Sir Isaac Newton discovered that all objects in the universe exert a force on all other objects. This force is called gravitational force. Due to gravitational force, a fruit detached from a plant falls to the ground. When we drop a stone from the roof of our house, it falls downwards. If you throw a ball upwards in the air, it reaches a certain height and then falls to the ground. Why does the ball not stay in the air? The reason is that the earth exerts a force on the ball that pulls it back to the ground. The earth pulls everything towards itself. It is because of gravity that when we jump up, we come down again. Gravitational force always acts downwards. When we lift a bucket full of water, we apply a force upwards against the force of gravity. The force with which the earth attracts all objects towards it is called gravity or force of gravity. Electrostatic force. When a plastic comb is rubbed with silk, it can pick up the small bits of paper. This is because the comb acquires an electric charge, because of which it can exert a force called electrostatic force. Electrostatic force can also act from a distance and is therefore a non-contact force. We can do one activity: rub a plastic scale, pen or comb with your dry hair and then hold it near some tiny pieces of paper. What do you see? The tiny pieces of paper get attracted towards the plastic scale, pen or comb. The tiny pieces of paper get attracted due to the force exerted by the electrostatic charge on the scale, pen or comb.